Hey guys, Riggs here with Team Dragonfist Gaming. I wanted to talk real quick, this isn't going to be a very long video, about a game called Crimson Keep that came out on the eShop a couple weeks ago. It's a roguelike dungeon crawler. It's kind of polarizing because of its visual style. A lot of people think it looks like a VR game. Personally, I really like it, almost like a Skyrim Light, being that you have your hands up, weapon in your right hand, shield in your left, you can switch between magic and whatnot. The thing that I have a real problem with, though, and kind of why I'm making this video, is it's currently on sale in the eShop for $9.99. It's $10 down from its original price of $19.99, which I feel is a pretty good price, $9.99. That's right about where I feel that this game should sit. Unfortunately, there are a few problems with it, and that's the reason I'm doing this video. Maybe help you decide whether you want to buy it now and hope that they patch this problem, which I feel is a pretty significant problem, or jump in and try your luck, because this game is playable, but there's a pretty big bug in it. Right now, I have it loaded up already. I'm doing this behind me, which is kind of difficult to do. I guess I could just turn around. Crimson Keep here. Loaded up. I really like the music to this game. It has a nice old school dungeon crawler vibe to it. But we'll start a new game here. You can choose between Berserker. I think this other one's a mage, a witch, I guess. And your Drifter. Obviously, Berserker's your barbarian, standard melee attacks. Your witch is your ranged magic attacks. And for people that want a little bit of a harder challenge, Drifter. You start out with nothing, that's your depraved type status. I generally go with witch, because I like to have that range attack capability. Now, I just hit B and went out of it because I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls, and the A and B are reversed, so I've been hitting the wrong buttons when I get into other games. Anyway, this screen right here, the loading screen, you're not going to get it a lot at first, but that's a big problem, and I'm going to talk to you a little later about that. But anyway, it's a really cool game, as you can see. Well, right now I'm not doing very good. Let me turn around. You have to go through this tutorial every single time, which I kind of hate. I'll go in, you equip your sword. Now I have a sword instead of my twig of magic. R attacks. Actually, hold on. I know there's a health thing back in here. I'm not going to really play this game, but I picked this up just in case. A bruised apple. You can eat and you can use health potions in this game. I'm not playing very good right now because I'm off to the side. We have to back up, get in, attack, kind of strafe out of the way so that you don't get hit. You have to make sure your crosshairs, though, that you have right here, are lined up on the character, or they don't sometimes hit. The weapon detection's a little off. If you've ever played a point-and-click game, it's very similar. It's set up quite similar. I'm not going to get into a lot of this. I just wanted to kind of show you what the game looked like. But the problem I have with it is I'm noticing after the first level, you go to a boss. Almost every level is set up, procedurally generated, by the way, so it's random every time. But that randomization doesn't always lend itself to being a good experience. Sometimes it's actually detrimental because of the way it's set up. A handcrafted level, you're going through something that was designed a certain way so you can beat it in a specific way. Whereas randomization, you're going into different parts of the level kind of hodgepodge together, and sometimes they just end up in a dead end. It may not make sense where something is located. Health and weapon drops are very few, far and in between, and that makes it incredibly challenging to get to some of the later stages. But the big problem, and the whole reason I made this video, before you get to the boss, after you've made it through, and it might take you 15-20 minutes to clear a level before you get to a boss, I get stuck on an infinite loading screen. Now, I've written to the company on my own. Merge Games did this game, by the way, and Team Crimson was the smaller company that Merge Games had produced this. The problem I'm having, though, is this infinite loading screen. I've had it several times. Now, it doesn't happen every time, and that's why I said it is a gamble to play it. You may not experience it, but I've noticed it, I'd say 50% of the time, and that's a pretty large number when you're looking into purchasing a new game. What I mean by infinite load screen is after I go to load up the next area where I go to fight the boss and proceed in the game, I'm stuck with bloop, 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 loading for, I think the longest I've let it load is 10 minutes, and that's ridiculous. I have heard online some people have had success backing out of the game, reloading it, and being able to continue from there. I have not had that success. Every time I've tried to, it's just bloop, 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 continuously reloading and reloading and reloading. I've had to turn off my game, try again in hopes that that doesn't happen a second time. I don't know about you, but to me that's a bit of a deal breaker. Now, I've already bought this game. I do like what I've played. I enjoy the setup. I enjoy the mechanics of the game. The game loop is pretty fun. But you only get so far and you get stuck and can't really play beyond that. I'm hoping they're working on a patch. I know there's been a patch released for Steam. I don't know if it addressed that situation. But as far as I know, right now, they did say that there'd be a patch for the Switch release sometime in early 2019. Who knows when that is. So I guess we'll just wait and find out. I guess this was a long-winded way of saying it's a broken game. It's a good game, but it has a lot of issues right now. So you may want to save your money, but it is entirely up to you. All right, everybody. Happy gaming. This is Rick. Peace.